Hello, beautiful people. This is Freedom Fighter. Thank you for tuning into our channel, Goldilocks Global Banking News. Everybody knows that Goldilocks is the #1 source for the RVGCR. People from around the world tune in to see what Goldilocks is sharing on the RVGCR. Don't miss your chance and get your latest updates every day. So like, share, and subscribe to this channel to get your daily podcast from the Goldilocks articles on the RVGCR. Brought to you by Freedom Fighter. Hello, fine folks. This is Freedom Fighter, and welcome to Goldilocks Global Banking News. I am your host. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Folks, I'm going to share with you that there's a link in the description where you can join for free the Goldilocks QFS Dialogues Room, where you will meet many members who have established relationships with actual bankers based on the inside information that Goldilocks has been sharing, and where Wiley and myself are able to educate our members on how to establish relationships with actual bankers. We have many of our members that are going out to lunch with the bankers. We have members that know the favorite book of the bankers. We jokingly even say some of our members know the shoe size of their bankers, and their relationships based on how they've established them. These are the actual bankers that are going to exchange their currency. These are the actual bankers that will help them to build and establish their wealth after they exchange their currency. We have members that the banks have actually authenticated their currencies in preparation for the RV. There's a link in the description where you are more than welcome to join us for free, and we will wrap our arms around you with love and help you along the way also. Goldilocks is sharing some very important information today about Iraq and Vietnam. Let's jump right into it. Folks, Iraq and Vietnam is reporting what's called a trade surplus. What is a trade surplus? Well, a trade surplus actually shows an increased demand for the Vietnamese dong and the Iraqi dinar in the global trading marketplace. Yes. See, when there is a trade surplus, meaning excess over, above, and beyond the norm, it shows that there is an increased demand for something. Ladies and gentlemen, there is an increased demand for the Iraqi dinar and the Vietnamese dong within the banking world, the trading world. Goldilocks has coined the phrase "watch the water" because that's where currencies are traded on the water via the goods and services from country to country via their ports and customs. Yes, on the water. What Goldilocks is sharing, that Vietnam and Iraq are both reporting that there is an uptick, an increase in the global demand for the dinar. And also the dong, and I'm going to use the language that is well known in dinar land, and that's whereby whales are showing an increased demand for the dong and the dinar. But the whales, ladies and gentlemen, are not the whales that you've been told to understand in dinar land. See, the whales that I'm speaking of are the trillion-dollar hedge funds, banks, institutions, and also whales can also be considered countries who have trillions and trillions of dollars, some quadrillions. And the surplus that Goldilocks is sharing regarding the demand for the dong and the dinar in the global markets. See, these countries, these financial institutions, these hedge funds, they absolutely are aware of the RV, GCR. They absolutely are aware. Therefore, they have prepared themselves by increasing their demands for the Iraqi dinar and the Vietnamese dong, knowing years in advance that they're going to revalue. Now we can see in writing, also links in the description that will show you the increased demand in the world by these major whales for the Iraqi dinar and the Vietnamese dong. See, these are indicators that show you that the big money players have been preparing for this for several years. And now they're reporting. They are reporting in the public domain where you can see for yourself the surplus in the dinar and the dinong's demand. See, it's supply and demand that will increase the value of dinar, dong, and all the other currencies. Vietnam and Iraq are now reporting. Goldilocks is sharing. Vietnam reported a trade surplus of over $2 billion, narrowing from the previous month of imports. Iraq has a trade surplus as well that they reported in 2023 with a trade surplus of over $20 billion. Now, for those of you who may be thinking, oh, that's not a lot of money, you have to think in this way. If you have, let's say, a glass half full, you're not in surplus. You are at an equilibrium. But if you pour more into that cup to where it overflows, you no longer have a glass half full. You have a surplus to where it overflows. You have more than what you started out with. Iraq, the dinar in the global marketplace has more in surplus than it started out with. Vietnam as well. More dong, more dinar overflowing in the world because of the overflowing of the surplus. Now Vietnam and Iraq, now the dong and dinar has caught the attention of the global traders who trade on Forex, who trade with the major banking institutions who have trillions and quadrillions of dollars. Iraq's economy is heavily dependent on oil, Goldilocks is sharing, which accounts for 96% of its total exports. Other challenges that Iraq's economy may include or come from corruption, food shortages, and high unemployment. However, the trade surplus indicates that the value of the dinar is now likely to raise. as high export demand leads to increased demand for the dinar in the global markets, thus pushing the value of the dinar upwards. See, folks, global traders know in advance when the value of an asset will go up. They know in advance about the gold, silver going up, all precious metals, cryptocurrencies in advance going up. And they absolutely know in advance when the value of the dinar and the dong and other currencies are going up. But this is not something they can report publicly because it's a conflict of interest to report that before it happens. But Goldilocks is now showing that they are publicly reporting the surplus, which indicates they are getting prepared for the revaluation of the dinar and the dong. See, technically speaking, what Goldilocks is sharing when it comes to high currency demand. So let's say the high demand for the dinar and the dong. This high demand for the exports coming out of Vietnam and out of Iraq translates to the increased demand for the dong and the dinar, causing the value of the dinar and the dong to begin going up. Key points to remember Goldilocks is sharing. For example, positive impact on the dinar and the dong, a trade surplus in Iraq and also Vietnam is typically seen as a positive sign for Iraq and also Vietnam's currency, of course, which is the dinar and the dong, to go up. These analytics puts Vietnam and Iraq in a good position for the dinar and the dong's value to begin to rise upon the demand of both of their currencies, the Vietnamese dong and the Iraqi dinar. The proof that you can see for yourself, the analytics, the reports that you can see for yourself on the increased demand and the surplus, those links will be in the description. And also the link to the Goldilocks QFS Dialogues Room, that link will be in the description for you as well, where you can join us for free. And you can meet other people just like yourself from all over the world that are able to establish relationships directly with wealth managers. Again, many of these wealth managers, I'm going to use the language in Dinar land, bankers. They're inviting our members to coffee and tea. They're inviting our members to lunch and dinner. Establishing these relationships because guess what? They also know in advance of what is coming. And nothing can stop what is coming. We love you. We appreciate you. Stay grounded. Be in unconditional love. Ciao. Hello, beautiful people. This is Freedom Fighter. Thank you for tuning into our channel, Goldilocks Global Banking News. Everybody knows that Goldilocks is the #1 source for the RVGCR. People from around the world tune in to see what Goldilocks is sharing on the RVGCR. Don't miss your chance to get your latest updates every day. So like, share, and subscribe to this channel to get your daily podcast from the Goldilocks articles on the RVGCR. Brought to you by Freedom Fighter.